Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, we're going to be talking about even more epic loot changes for Phase 4. They keep updating the PTR, and with those updates, we see more and more information put out there. Wowhead has done a phenomenal job tracking all these, and so I just wanted to update you guys and talk about a few of the items. There are a ton this time, spanning from dungeons all the way to the raids. Pretty much all the changes that we are going to see, I'd imagine, as we get closer and closer to the video, or to the Phase 4 launch. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to switch it over here to the itemization that we are going to take a look at. So this is just some raid sets, and as you can see, all of these changes are here. There's a lot, especially when we get to the dungeons. Some minor tweaks with them all, but as you can see, here's the an example of Eshkander's collar on normal and what it is on sod. So they tweaked the dodge and made it 34 attack power, so this set is actually really good, as well as his weapons got much slower, so they're going to be hitting way harder, and makes it more viable for classes like shamans and warriors and rogues, which is really cool. Then the Band of Sulfuras, instead of crit, it now gives you hit, which is also pretty good. Next one I want to look at is the iconic class weapons. So they changed Benediction and Anathema, so we can look. Benediction gets 6 more healing power, and the best change ever is that it only takes a minute to switch it, which is probably one of the best things that they've ever switched about it. And then we look over here, it gets only a little bit more spell power, but instead of mana, it gets crit, which is huge for a Shadow Priest, as well as a little bit more in, and of course you can swap it to Benediction with 1 minute instead of 30. Pretty big for priests, especially if you have your priest on that flex roll for Shadow Priest and Healer Priest if absolutely necessary. Next, we have the Hunter Bow. So they only really changed its damage. They upped it a little bit. They didn't change its crit or its ranged attack power. Just upped it a little bit, which is pretty awesome. And they added critical strike with all spells and attacks instead of just attacks. So it's spell hit and normal, or crit, sorry. It's spell hit and normal crit instead of just that. So really cool to see there. Then next we have the Stav, which is really good. This got 30 attack power added to it, 45 attack power when fighting demons, and you get 2% crit. As well as they swapped the Ent to Agility, which is a huge change. Like, this is actually like another really powerful weapon, something to look at for them. And then hunters also get a Beast Mastery Trinket Whistle, which makes the pet armor increase by 10%, your pet's health increase by 3%, your damage dealt by your pet by 3%, your pet's critical chance by 2%, and if you use it, your pet's next attack guarantee critical strike if that attack is capable of striking critically. So with that whistle, you might be able to, like, you know, add a little bit more damage with it, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure how great it'll be, but maybe BM Hunter might become a thing with all the changes and everything they're adding to it. Next, we have Onyxia rewards. This Dragon Slayer's Signet, this is a massive change. This becomes a very good ring. 1% crit and 19 spell power opposed to just 1% crit, so that is a huge difference. Then the Onyxia Talisman, this gives hit and defense and stamina, so it's a really good tanking trinket opposed to just being terrible. And then we have Onyxia Tooth Pennant, which is 1% hit and 1% crit as it is there, but it's hit with spells and attacks instead of just normal attacks. So pretty neat to see those. Then we get into the dungeon loot. I could talk about all this for a while. I would definitely recommend you guys just come to this page if you're interested in the dungeon loot. There's a lot of changes, most significantly, Hand of Justice has attack power added to it, as well as the chance to proc, which is a massive increase. But just a lot of the stuff getting changed here for dungeon loot as well. And then I'm going to switch it over here for even more Molten Core loot. So Band of Akiria is changed to have all spells and attacks hit by 2%, and then they gave it one more agility. Band of Sulfuris is insane. We covered it at the beginning, but just a huge change from it, giving it spell power, taking away its int and spirit and stam, but making it a casting ring that you want instead of something that's just like, ugh. Next, we have Cloak of Shrouded Mists. This got some agility added to it. It got some stam added to it, and it got fire res instead of fire and nature res added to it. Crown of Destruction. This is a very good helmet. It added a lot of, it took away some stam, added some int, got rid of its spirit, added more fire res, but gave you 6 more attack power. So just a slight tweaking there. Dragon's Blood Cape is a, they took away a little bit of the res and the strength on it and made it have defense, just sort of a thick bear type tanking situation. Essence of Pure Flame got stamina added to it, and it hit reflects 50, so like a Thorns build can actually be huge. We talked about Malister's Defender already, but they changed this for a huge Spellcaster Shield for those Shamans and Paladins. Onslaught Girdle, already a very high sought after item. The only thing they changed is they made it all spells and attacks get the 1% crit and hit. Other than that, it was already juiced, and everyone loves their Onslaught Girdles. Partition's Blade, they just buffed it. It does more damage, has a slower attack speed, and the proc is juiced up. Then the Shard of Flame Trinket, this gives a ton of health per second. I'm not even sure if that is really good, but it also increases healing and increases damage done. Like the 2 set gives you healing power, spell power, and you can summon a Servant of the Flame. So this might be like good to have on a healer. I don't really know, because it's your spell cast. So to me, this screams like healer's trinkets, just for that chance to summon it, depending what the servants or the Scale of the Flame do. Then we have Spinal Reaper. This is an insane axe. It has a lot more stamina to it, as well as the proc, and they juice the attack power. So really cool for those orcs. But this video is already long enough. I could sit here and talk about loot all day, guys. I'll put you a link to the initial page that I showed, and then from there you can go to the other ones down below. But I am overall very excited with these changes. Blizzard really is doing a good job. The classic dev team is doing phenomenal at looking at this gear, saying, why don't people use this? Why is it trash? So many items are just poorly optimized, if you will, in classic WoW, and so them taking the time to go back to these raids and make them really good, I think it reflects really well on the classic team, and they know a lot about their game. So it's good to see a lot of useless items become useful and have thousands, if you will, options of gearing here in Season of Discovery, and I can't wait for Phase 4 and being able to raid it. But anyway, guys, I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, anything you'd like to add, definitely drop it down below, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.